Everything we enjoy on the web today is largely created by people who, in the late 90s and early 2000s, were kids and teenagers who were learning how to code and were learning to build things on the internet. And because of that generation, we have what we have today. However, things won't stay like this because now that same generation has put all their eggs into the AI basket. That same generation who came of age creating things for the web, creating the essential infrastructure that we enjoy today, they're all in on artificial intelligence, which means that the organic intelligence of today is kind of just not even talked about. When was the last time you heard anyone mention organic intelligence? So that's where I've been thinking about what the future of the web actually looks like if AI generates it all. 10 years ago, Squarespace's mission was, or part of it was, not just building websites, helping you to make a website for yourself, but it was solving the problem of self expression. And funny enough, that was my biggest problem at that time in my life, was being able to express myself. And fortunately enough, I was able to create a Squarespace website for myself that, um, with a few tweaks, I was able to create something where I felt like, yeah, I'm expressing myself. I was so excited about it. This is 2014, July 2014. I was so excited that I emailed Squarespace and I was like, hey, who do I talk to? Like, who cares about the cool stuff that people are doing on the platform? Because I got some cool stuff. And they're like, "Thanks for sharing. We're really happy that you're doing your thing." Um, but the problem that I had on the other side of self expression was, well, then how do I make a living doing this? Like, how do I make a living on the web? And what I learned over the past 10 years was that you kind of have to get yourself out the way. Not kind of, you got to. Like, there is no making a living on the web if you are perpetually just trying to express yourself. I mean, maybe for some artists and creatives, that is how it works. But for me, as an artist and a creative, I've had to move myself out the way and allow there to be something that exists outside of myself that solves someone else's problem without me having to show up and be like, hey, look at me. And so that has been an experience, right? Because in the beginning, as a creative, my belief was, okay, it has to be about me. Like, I have to put myself front and center, and, or like, there's just a big self conscious game. But now it's more of, okay, yeah, clearly I got to express myself, but how am I expressing myself in service? Like, how is my expression allowing someone to fulfill their needs, perhaps their own need of self expression or their need to accomplish something with Squarespace? So I share that because the problem that concerns me today is the fact that there's a new generation of kids who, unless they're asking their parents, hey, I want to make a website, then 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now, the web's going to be pretty desolate. So just throwing that out there as a thought. Um, I've got a project that I'm working on, and I guess I've been working on it for a long time. But it feels really starting to feel really urgent to me because my my oldest is coming of age, and he's grown with me, learning everything that I've learned as a solopreneur and in the Squarespace ecosystem. And so, unless I'm able to transmute my experience over the past 10 years into something that could benefit his growth and development over the next 10 years, then I've effectively failed as a father and as an entrepreneur, because that this has been my why. My why has been to arrive at a place where I could educate my next generation on what it takes to make a living on the web, what it takes to turn your creativity or turn your interest into an asset, something that can serve people, something that can benefit others. And so unless children are going through this today the same way I was going through it 20 plus years ago, then then it's all artificial from here out. And one of the things I learned when I started playing with AI maybe 18 months ago, one of the first lessons I learned was, oh, this reminds me a lot like the organic language learning models that I'm surrounded by, just a little faster. And, but been doing this for, you know, this is a long epoch of development that we've been going through is organic intelligence. And I think um, unless we invest in that same organic intelligence today with the same fervor that we are investing in artificial intelligence, then then yeah, we're in for a really dulled out future, in my opinion.